Hi, everyone. This is Jessica. I'm going to put my video on and starting it. Hi, everyone. And thanks for joining us today. We are going to be demoing several different types of assistive technology, and I'm going to let each of our participants actually go through and introduce themselves and talk about, what it is that their challenges are and how they use AT to, actually support themselves. So we are going to start with Cooper Alexander. And Cooper, are you having any challenges right now? Are you ready to get going? Here, let me see if I can unmute him.
Default Zoom webinar window.
There you are.
Okay. Thank you, and I'm ready to go.
Okay, sounds great. So introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do, and how AT, has supported you, and let's go from there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jessica. My name is Cooper Alexander, and I use, for the most part of accessibility, I use a Mac laptop computer and my Braille Sense U2, which combined I will be demonstrating this afternoon. So for me, I use both of these things for multiple tasks throughout my school career, from writing papers to sending emails to professors to various things. And so let me get my screen shared and I can start.
Button, gallery, enter, Cooper Alex, Jessica, button, image, Jessica, image, no image, image, meaning, you image, Jessica, mute, audio sub, start, video sub, close, participants, open chat panel, share screen, record, share screen, button, share, shift command, select a window or an application, sharing screen list box, share computer sound, unchecked, checkbox, check share computers, optimize screen share for video clip, unchecked, checkbox, check optimize screen share, desktop 1, default, share, desktop 1, default button. You have
screen share Zoom.us. You are screen sharing. Zoom.us has new system dialog.
Okay. As you can tell, I am now sharing my screen. So what I'm going to start with is using Command with Tab to get over to my Word document.
Safari, Mail, Microsoft Word, Word, Document 1.
And I hope that you can see that I'm going to start typing.
Accent. Accent. My.
And I'm saying my name is
Cap C.
Cooper Alexander.
Cooper. L.
And
Alexa. Alexander. A. And
Alexander III of Macedon, 356
this.
323 BC, known as Alexander the Great, was a king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon and a member of the RGF.
Knowbility admin to everyone. Yes, the session is being recorded.
Sorry about that, everybody. So as you can see, what I'm typing should be appearing
H.
on
How.
my screen.
I. We. Y. Space. Period. E. T. I.
And so
H. H. Right. Space.
And so this is how I write my school papers and anything long that requires several pages. So for me, this comes in very handy because anything that is long or requires a lot of writing off of the keyboard of my laptop can make my hands tired, because not only am I blind, but I have cerebral palsy as well. So having my hymns
Jessica
Notetaker.
Looney to everyone. I didn't mention to please feel free to add any questions in the Q&A and we'll ask when the demos are done.
To use my Notetaker to write and then also to go back and read what I have just written for spell check purposes and for convenience. It also allows me for easy speed reading access for going through web pages. So let me make sure this is going to work.
Zoom.us Safari. Safari, post attendee, Zoom.
Okay. So as I hope you can see, this is the open Zoom page on Safari. And so as I
Go forward, dimmed button.
scroll,
Show the next sidebar button. You are currently on a button. Add page to reading list button. You are currently on a button inside of a toolbar. To click this button, press Control Option Space to navigate item.
The toolbar, as well as you can hear VoiceOver, which is my screen reader, also giving that information to me through speech. And so let's go.
Secure Site Certificate button.
So this
Show certificate. You are currently on https://
This is just the main toolbar. So let me get over out of that.
Out of toolbar, tab bar, new tab button, new tab button.
And so
Create a new tab. You are currently on a button. To click vertical splitter, post attendee, Zoom web content. You are currently on web content. To enter link image, Zoom logo.
Page in Zoom that we are on, and it will now be able to just go straight down the page.
Link support.
And have
you are currently on a link inside of web content.
Read everything that is on the page for read everything that is on the page. If it's straight text or a link, the screen readers do not read images, and so all it would display on the Braille display is just the word image or IMG. And so, as you can hopefully
link
see
English
here,
main. You are Zoom image.
I'm
End of main.
scrolling down my
You are
page,
copyright sign 2020 Zoom video communication.
and it's saying copyright 2020 Zoom video communications incorporated, all rights reserved. And so that is basically how my BrailleSense Notetaker can help me with online
Microsoft Word.
accessibility.
Word, document 1.
And so I am now back in my Word document.
Space.
And I'm just going to write
Cap I.
I hope.
H. Hope. This.
This all
was I.
informative.
Infor. Informative. Space. Space.
And if you have any questions for me, I would be more than happy to answer them. And I think that is all I've got.
Thank you, Cooper. Super helpful. Sorry about, there's a little bit of, we've had some trouble with some of the, screen sharing. I'm not sure what that's about, but I do have a question for you that came through. And so Julian has asked, when on a website, how do you parse or navigate the page to locate content that may be of interest? Example, what types of landmarks do you have the screen reader sort by?
So I can have it sort by, let me get over to Safari.
Safari, post out.
And we are currently on just the Zoom site. And so I hope you still be able to hear this whenever I do my key command.
Form controls.
So there's form controls.
Web spots.
Web spots, which is basically just different areas of the website. It doesn't differentiate there between top and bottom.
Landmarks.
Landmarks, which that can be the same thing as headings, that it scrolls down to different information.
Navigation.
And the navigation, it lets me
link, privacy and legal policies. You are currently on a link inside of web content.
It lets me then navigate by whichever of those that I choose to at the time. So that is just kind of an all for whatever. So basically I can navigate by whichever of those I need to at the time, depending on what I'm looking for on that website in particular. If I'm on a website that's, for example, I'm booking an airline ticket or something, I can use the form controls to get down to each of the edit fields on the site to enter my information for the airline ticket or the car rental or the night at the hotel. And so that makes that easier to navigate by, instead of having to scroll down using the arrow keys, instead of just having to scroll down just by using the arrow keys. So all of those specific items can be used together or apart. It just determines what you're looking for on which one of those you you pick to use. I hope I explained that okay.
I think so. Julianne, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, but did that answer your question?
Julia, and to everyone,
Okay.
I think so.
She said yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Cooper, very much.
No problem.
So we are going to move on now.
Zoom.us, Zoom webinar, window, image.
And
You are currently on an image.
Start my video back up. Okay, so I'm back. We are going to now move on to Amy and Olivia, who are going to introduce themselves.
Julia, to
And
everyone, let me reflect. Form controls, web spots, and links.
please remember to mute yourself, and I will try to mute you as well if you're unable to. But Amy, go ahead and take it away, because you guys are amazing.
You're sweet. Hi everybody, I'm Amy Trainer, and this is my sweet daughter
Olivia Trainer.
Olivia, and we are so honored to be here with you guys, sharing a little bit about technology. By trade, I'm an occupational therapist and assistive technology professional, so this is something that's near and dear to me. And Olivia is a kiddo who struggles with dyslexia. So we are going to share a video on an app that she uses that helps tremendously with not just the reading, but also the written expression piece. Kiddos with dyslexia struggle a lot with both reading and writing, not just in language arts, but across curriculum. So we use and love an app by Don Johnston. It's called Snap and Read Universal. And so what it does is it allows the user to use their iPad
Or computer.
or computer, right? Yeah, we're going to show you
Any technology.
Yes, we're going to show you the app in a video, and then we are happy to answer questions. But as Olivia said, the Snap and Read is available as a Chrome extension as well, if you're using a laptop, desktop, different hardware than an iPad. But the version that we're going to demonstrate was released in the fall last year, and it is a game changer in my mind. So whoever has the video, if you could push play, that would be great.
I think that's you, Mark.
My name is Olivia, and I'm going to show you how I use Snap and Read.
All right, so we are going to pretend that I am Olivia's teacher. Olivia, here's a worksheet.
Thank you.
This worksheet is just an example. Has some text that will need to be read, and then some answers that will need to be generated. So we're going to use the iPad Snap and Read app. Hold on, Olivia, will you go back and let's show people, if you have a worksheet, what you're going to touch so that you can actually take a picture of your worksheet to use.
You obviously click the camera.
The camera. All right, so now she's going to take a picture of the worksheet.
And I don't really like this picture, so I'm going to retake it. Then I click use.
All right, so now we have the picture on her iPad. Olivia, I would like for you to show us how you're going to read the background information.
Easy. I just click this speech thing.
The speaker button, and then it asks, can you move your finger please? Page does not contain any text. Would you like to OCR it? So here's the tip. Because the picture was taken and not text that was found electronically, it needs to use the optical character recognition to detect any text and extract it from the picture. So yes. And now it's thinking, thinking, thinking. All right.
Then now I click the word. My volume is off.
The Revolutionary War took place between the American colonists and the country of England, who were...
All right, if
Wait,
you'll notice,
I found...
just a second please. If you'll notice that the words were highlighted as they were being read, so that really helps for people that struggle with reading. So now let's jump ahead and go down to where the fill in the blanks are, and let's see what the question is asking us.
So I click that, and then I click...
The Revolutionary War was between the and the two.
All right, so
Okay.
the question was read. So now we're going to complete the worksheet
by pressing the square with the pencil.
with the pencil. And at this point, all the tools pop up.
There's...
Olivia, will you show us the highlight tool?
Sure. Here's the highlight tool, and you can pick any of these colors that you want. And you can pick the thickness.
Make it darker, make
You
it a
can
little
make
darker.
it-
There we go, make it darker.
You can make it darker, you can make it as light as you want, you can...
Okay, let's just make it dark enough so
Okay.
we can all see it. Great. And then you were going to highlight the answers to that question. Do you want to listen to it again?
That is like that. So I have to highlight what's here. Oop, not the and the, so I'm going to use the eraser. Just erase that, go back to the highlighter, and then go highlight that.
All right, so there's our answers. Now can you answer the questions?
Sure, I'll push type, and there's also a lot of different colors you can pick from.
Can you
And
change it to one that we can see a little better? Maybe that blue or black?
I'll take that blue.
Okay.
So then you can
And
have
maybe make it a little bit darker, or a little bit bigger font size.
13, 14.
One more. There you go.
I'll do one more for good measure.
Just for good measure. All right.
And then you can click it, and your typing thingy,
Keyboard pops up.
and that's
the font. So you can either use the keyboard and type it, or because you have the keyboard option on iOS, to use speech to text.
so you can speak. Oops, I don't know what I did, but I did something.
All right, let's answer the question. What was it?
American call. I forgot what this is. So I go here and click on it.
Will you give it a second, please? Olivia, give it a
Sorry.
second.
American colonists in the country of England.
Now we remember what it is.
Yeah, American colonies. I'll click that. American colonies. There we go. And push down, and I can move it around if I want to. There we go. I can move it right there. And then country of England, I can push. You have to push the type button every single time you want to type. I even forget that. Then you click it, and then country of England. Country of England. Done, and I can move it around. Done.
Great. So we'll just take a look here at the toolbar. There's a lot of options that you can do. Draw lines, add notes, insert pictures. We're also going to show you, Olivia, if you wanted to, if this was too difficult to read, could you push the button that has the arrow from the square to the circle up at the tippy top?
That one?
Nope, and next to the speaker button.
That one?
So as you see here, the text has been leveled. So it's taken complicated text and used simpler words. All right, hit it back again. Just hit the button again. Yep. And then we also could do translate if we wanted to. Now we're just gonna.
This is the translate.
Now we're just gonna pretend that we're gonna turn this in, and since we're all gonna be walking in a digital world, hit that up arrow and let's give us our options. So we have all these options to embed, how we want to save it, and how we want to share it. And we can email it directly or we can save it to Google Drive. You can also access your documents. Close that, Olivia, and go hit close the document.
Document.
So this shows what she's got in her drive right now, and hit cancel.
Cancel.
So yeah, so what do you think about?
I really love speech to snap and read, and because it makes it a whole lot easier for me.
Because you can read it and write it and share it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I can also do math with it.
You can do all kinds of things.
You can do anything on this.
All right, thanks for sharing.
Bye.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's I just want to point out that Olivia, that's fantastic, and thank you for demonstrating that for us. And also I just want to say, Amy, that you've done an amazing job of helping her to understand how these things work, and been a great teacher. So wow. I think that's the point here, you know.
We're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky to get to learn what I need to know to help other kiddos from one that I love so much.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Any other questions?
Really appreciate it.
About that?
Are there any questions? Let's see. All I got was that was super cool. You know, I mean, that's really what I got. So we do have this recorded. So, you know, other people can come back and look at it and get something from it. At this point,
it was a really brief. Those are just things that she uses that with. There's a lot more product demonstration, and it's really a robust system. We just said Google Drive because that's what she uses to archive her documents and things. So, but you can use it with anything that is connected cloud storage wise. Okay. Encourage anybody, you can go take a look at it if you're interested. Okay. On the website. I can actually put the website in the chat if we want to.
Yeah, that would be great.
Go see how we can support you all.
I did get a question. My eyes are a little bit off. Does that work for kids with Irlen syndrome?
Irlen syndrome.
Yeah.
That is a visual, if I'm not mistaken, a visual sensitivity, I guess, of sorts. I could be totally mistaken. I think that there are ways that you can use Snap and Read to create some line guides. I'm not sure if it does it on the app. I know it does it on the desktop version on the extension, or if you can change the background colors specifically enough on the app. But that's a good question. I'll have to look into that and see if that's something that would help that. I may be totally off.
Okay. Well, she's saying it's a brain processing issue.
Okay.
So, you know, that's just something to consider. And I mean, we have all of this obviously in the chat and questions. So we can all look into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for the questions though.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. And thank you for demonstrating. Thanks, Olivia.
You're welcome.
You're awesome.
Yes. All right, we'll hide us now for the next person.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. All right. So now we have the other Jessica who's going to join us. and talk about JAWS a little bit. And I'm gonna let you you know, introduce yourself and take it away. And if there's questions, I will, you know, let you know.
Yeah, can everyone see and hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So my name is Jessica. I'm a student at MSU, so Michigan State University. I'm studying special education. And I primarily use my laptop with JAWS, which is a screen reader similar to what Cooper was using on his Mac. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bunch of notifications. I got distracted.
It's okay.
Can you guys hear me now? Hi, sorry, can you guys hear me? I just got muted and unmuted a couple of times.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna just start doing, I have a couple of things pulled up that I'm gonna show with my screen reader. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications. I think Jessica might be doing something in the background and it's just distracting me a little bit. I also have a really bad ADD, so sorry about that. So I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna show you what some different things that I used my computer for in an English class that I took last year. So I'm going to start my screen share. So JAWS is a paid screen reader, but there's a screen reader called NBA that does basically the exact same thing. It's not as robust, but it is free. So if you have a visual impairment and you're interested in trying out a screen reader to see if it would work for you, NBA is a really good starting point. All right. So my screen share should be up right now. I'm going to tab to the first item.
Underline, raisin, underline, the underline,
okay,
page 2.
So right now I'm at this play called A Raisin in the Sun. You guys might have heard of it. Hopefully you can see that right now. I read this play for my English class last year. And as you can see, it's a really long document. I think it's over 100 pages. And so I can navigate by page.
Next page, page 3. Next page, page 4. Normal style. Next page, page 5.
But that would really take me forever. So there's a couple of hotkeys that I can use that make things easier. The first thing that I'm going to do is insert plus F6. And that's going to take me through the headings of the document. So let me show you.
Heading list dialog. Headings list view. Quality : 5 of 20. Introduction to Robert Nemiroff start. Acknowledgements : contents : 1. Act I : 1. Scene 1 : 2. Scene 2 : 2. Act 2 : 1. 12 of 20.
So go to Act 2.
Heading 1 style. Act 2. Edit page 82.
And now I'm on page 82. And that was really super easy because that way when, you know, we have one section of the play that we're supposed to read and then I don't read it again for a couple days, I can just pull it up and go to Act 2. Another thing that I can show you with this document is how to find links. This is not, you're not going to find links in very many Word documents, but in this document you will, because under the table of contents, there's a quick link to take you to every section. And I used insert plus F7 to do that, and that will work on any web page too.
Links list dialog. Links list view. Star 33 of 36. Star 30. Star about the author 32 of 36. An hour later 31 of Act 3 30 of 36.
All right, I'm going to click on Act 3.
Edit page 136. Blank.
And now I'm on page 136. So I really liked this. It helped me navigate the document pretty quickly. But I'm going to close out of this now and go to the next part of my English class that I used all the time.
F4. Zoom. Task switching meeting controls defining the student X. To reminder left inbox asterisk underline writing underline center underline.
I have a couple of
underline writing
here. Okay, so this is a paper that I wrote about the play. And the biggest thing for me for this paper was formatting. There's a lot of different things that you can do in Microsoft Word to format your papers. And any of you who have ever been students know that you got to have all these special like settings. If you're going to do MLA formatting or APA or whatever it is, you got to set your margins and your spacing. One thing that I'm a huge fan of is headings. I love headings because they help me navigate really quick. So I'm going to set the title of my page right now as a heading so you can see how I navigate through Word without using the mouse.
Previous page, page 2, blank, previous page. DR folder, and 2-2-6- blank, portrayals of discrimination.
Okay, so here's my title right here, Portrayals of Discrimination in Raising the Sun.
N, discriminate of portrayals, O-P.
So as you can see, I use my arrow keys to get to the top of like the front of this line, and I'm just going to select it.
Portrayals of discrimination in a Raising the Sun, page, upper ribbon, home tab, L.
L for styles.
Styles button, drop down, press as pop-up button to move. No spacing button. Heading 1 button to move through. Leaving menus, leaving ribbons, ribbon, edit, heading 1 style, portrayals of this.
Now, I'm going to go to the
next page, page 4, come back from being a success.
So what I can do now.
Heading list dialog.
Oh, there's only one heading, so it's not going to announce it.
Heading 1 style, portrayals of this.
For that title. So this essay is mostly just paragraphs, doesn't have subsections, but again, being able to set those styles is super helpful. And I do that when I make notes and study guides for myself, like all the time. So that is that. I'm going to leave this open in case anyone winds up having questions about that. And then I'm going to switch over really fast to how I use Outlook. And I'm going to show you an email that I got the other day from MSU telling us about going back to campus and being safe this fall.
Zoom, the move to meeting control, defining the student experience and expectations,
Okay, so
message left pair, defining the student.
Oh, thanks, Josh. Sorry about that. Defining the student experience and expectations. So I'm going to scroll to the top here.
Link graphic together we will. And MSU is planning to welcome more students back to campus. Safety is a connected experience for all.
Right,
Email.
well, this is a long email, and I've gotten so many emails that say basically the same thing. But let's say I'm wondering about what if I don't want to live on campus? What can I do about that? So this email was designed really well for accessibility because MSU does a great job of that. So again, insert F6.
Heading list dialog. Heading list. How can I prepare myself for coming to? Do I have to live on campus if I'm an incoming student or if I have a residence hall contract? All my classes are remote. Should I remain at home? What if I want to live on campus? Code 3, 5, 13.
What if I want to live on campus or what if I don't? Well, we're going to say what if I did because I can't remember. We're going to go here.
Heading level 3. What if I want to live on campus? Blank.
So now I'm all the way down in the middle of this email and I don't have to read any of the stuff that I already read. This is the information specific to me.
You should make your choice based on.
I don't usually do this the first time I read an email, but let's say I'm coming back to it a couple days later and I'm looking for a certain type of information. This is really helpful. So basically, long story short, headings are my best friend. But I don't necessarily have to use headings to navigate. I use my arrow keys a lot. I can use tab, which will take me through different elements on a web page. Someone asked a question about landmarks earlier, what your screen reader identifies. For me, JAWS identifies any landmark that's properly coded in HTML, which basically means like there's no typos in the website in that, like, because people have to write out what the website's going to look like. There's no typos in that. Then I can get through, I can find frames and regions and search boxes and buttons and links and all those things using the tab key. So those are the 3 things that I set aside that I wanted to show today. I wish that I could do a little bit more with D2L because that's a big thing that I use for online learning, but I'm not taking any summer courses right now. I'm just working. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to pull other stuff up too. So just like whatever anyone is interested in learning about JAWS, yeah, so just fire away if you have any questions at all.
Does anyone have any questions?
Received the question, Julianne asked at 3:39 p.m. What are frames?
Okay, so I did get what questions. What are the frames?
Okay, so a frame is not on every website, but some web designers will decide to use them to separate content.
Jessica Looney started to answer live.
The way that I would find,
Jessica Looney,
the way that I would find a frame is by pressing M, and it might say like video player frame or advertisement frame. So it's on some websites. It's basically just a type of landmark. That same landmark could be called a region, or it could not be marked at all, and it could be really hard to find. So it really just depends on the way the website's designed.
Okay. Something, let's see. Okay, something that, well, this is different, but okay, something that came in. What are the biggest challenges you run into when accessibility isn't a focus from the content creator, and how do you best overcome that?
Okay, so most of the time, accessibility is not the focus of the content creator. And I say that because I work as an accessibility tester, and I see that a lot. Sometimes I can't overcome it. If a web page is not coded correctly, I might not be able to click the link. I might not know what link is. I might not be able to even read any of the content on the web page. At that point, I'm very fortunate that I do work as an accessibility tester, and I can write really fancy worded reports to the website creators and say, you know, this is the problem. Also, I am very good at being friends with customer service and technical support and being like, can you please do this for me because I can't do it myself. For PDFs, a lot of times I'll use something called Kurzweil, which I run it through, and 60% of the time it will scan it into like a text format that works for me. Sometimes PDFs work, but sometimes they don't, and I have to put it through Kurzweil. And sometimes I do just have to rely on sighted people, because like the thing about my screen reader is that it works great provided that everything that it's interacting with is designed to interact back with it. But sometimes my screen reader doesn't speak the language of a poorly coded website. Like, it doesn't speak Java very well. So if you have a bunch of JavaScript buttons, I'm not going to be able to actually click on those because my screen reader might not read them, and I might not be able to like activate them with the keyboard. So there's a lot of challenges. There's not really a cut and dry. It's kind of a case by case thing. And I think the biggest skill that you can learn aside from technology is being innovative, problem solving, and being really, really friendly to people, because you're going to have to ask for help and you want them to like help you, and you don't want them to feel like you're being a burden, because you're never a burden, but they're not going to see it that way. So it's kind of like working the system a little bit.
Received a question, Julianne asked at 3:43 p.m. What is the name of the PDF app or software you mentioned?
I just saw the question, what's the name of the PDF software? It's called Kurzweil. If you're a student at MSU and possibly other universities, you can get it for free. Basically, you put it in there and it scans it into
Jessica Looney started to answer Liv.
Format that you want. So there's like,
Jessica Looney completed answering Liv.
Format. You can do it in, I think you can do it in an audio MP3 too. And then I always just put it into a Word document because I like that best. There's also a free website called robobraille.org. I think it's .org. I haven't used it in a couple of years, but it used to work really well for me. And it does almost the same thing as Kurzweil. It's not as reliable, but basically you paste the URL, or you attach the file that you want to be converted, and it will convert it for you and send it to your email address in audio or Word or something like that. And it was pretty helpful for me before I had Kurzweil too.
Jessica, do you have that website link?
RoboBraille?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can pull it up just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And
Windows M, desktop, B, books checked, B, browsers checked, 13, enter. Browsers, items view, Google, Firefox, enter. Firefox, Mozilla Firefox, O-B-O-B-R-A-I-L-E, period, R-G, enter, collapsed, new tab, main region, end, page has one region, one heading and 8 links, new tab, main region, search the web, search edit, collapse, list, visited link, graphic, English, page, same page, link, skip, list of visited link, graphic.
Here, it's robobraille.org, so like robot braille.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
From Jessica Looney to everyone, robobraille.org.
Thank you so much. That was super helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Your screen.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. So thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our final. I think we have a video and it's from Kira. So I'm going to pass this on to Mark because he's got the video, I believe. And Kira gave us something that we can show to the entire group. So here we go.
Hi guys, I'm Kira. I'm going to show you guys Sonison Audio Notetaker today. I found out about this project my junior year of college and I absolutely loved it. I always struggled with keeping up with my professors during lectures. They would always talk super quick and I found myself missing very important information. I used to try to record lectures on my phone and I would always get confused on where they were, what PowerPoint they were talking about. So this really helped me organize my lectures and be really successful. And so this is the home screen of Sonison Audio Notetaker. And so I would always start by importing my slides, Google Slides or PowerPoint slides. I'm actually going to show you a project that I did in school. I think it'll be a little easier to explain since I'm not in a lecture. So this is what one of my projects looked like. And so as you can see over here on the left, I uploaded the PowerPoint slides for that lecture. And so as you can tell, all my recordings for that one slide are in one spot, which was very helpful because if I need to re-listen to one slide or didn't understand a slide, I could go back to just that slide or listen to everything. And so when I would want to record a slide, I would just click on the audio part and press record up here in the top left corner. And during the recording, you can see that there's little bars, and these bars indicate when the professor or teacher is talking. And so if there's blank spaces, there's usually like a silent pause or whatever. So if there's a huge pause in the lecture, you can kind of skip through that, which is nice to kind of save time. As you can see, I have this pink right here. So you can highlight different audio colors, which is super awesome because if you're in the middle of the lecture and something super important that the professor says, you can highlight it. So, and that those controls over here on the right. And so I'll show you how to highlight it. So you just highlight over the audio and you would just click. You could either do the number 2 or you could click over here and it'll turn it blue, which is super nice because then you can kind of organize your thoughts if you need to come back. You can also type over here. And so sometimes I would type some of my notes out while I was recording, so I could just go back and fill in the blank. As you can see over here too, you can do different fonts, you can bold, there's different bullet points, and there's also text colors as well for things that are important. So as you can see, you can kind of match them as well too. And so not only can you import slides, but if you need to import audio, images, different things like that, you can also export this to your app on your phone. I found that the computer version is a lot better than the app, but whatever is easiest for you. And then once the recording was done, you would just file save and you can just open it back up at any time and you can just press play to re-listen to your lecture. So I will go ahead and play just a little snippet just so you guys can see how it is.
Yeah, you got a newly diagnosed patient with stage 4 breast cancer, right? You're not going to go and start getting all technical, right?
So that was just a little snippet of kind of what it's like. This professor talks a little quieter than some of my other ones, but the audio is very well. Sometimes it gets a little frustrating because it can pick up a little bit of typing. So I just got a little mat on my computer to help with that. But other than that, that's Sonison Audio Notetaker. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask Jessica. I'll be more than willing to answer any questions. There's a lot of different things you can do on here too. That's just what I used, but there's so much more that can be done. So check it out. It's an awesome product that really helped me. Have a great day.
So we love Kira because she's fabulous. And I do see, Anne, that you asked a question about the actual spelling of the name of the app and audio, you know, I'm going to have to ask about that. So let me get back to you about that. And I will. Unless, Mark, did you pick it up? Because I did not actually pick it up. Mark, are you there?
I'm here. I'm sorry.
No,
so,
that's okay.
Yeah, I will type it into the chat.
Okay, that's great. And I don't see, and well, let's see, are there any other? Yeah.
Also, there was one more video from her if you wanted to share that.
Oh yeah, let's do that. We've got like 9 more minutes. Let's do it.
Everyone, so I'm also going to show you Snap and Read just like Olivia. She's definitely more of a pro at it than me, and uses a lot more features than I do, but I found this very helpful when I was writing my papers in the beginning of college. I struggled with organizing my thoughts and kind of structuring my paper for it to make sense. So here I will show you one of my projects that I did. And so as you can see, I had my little topping and different quotes under it to kind of help me get those ideas down or get those different quotes I possibly could use under that. And so I'll show you guys a little example. So I will do one on COVID-19 because I'm a nursing major. Oops. All right, and so I'll make different headers. So I'll do symptoms, as I say. This is my first topic of my paper. And so I will then use this key called with the A, and then I will highlight over what I want to add. And so it'll come up right here on the side. And so I would add different quotes or different research articles that I would find. Once I add those, I would tab them over to kind of organize my thoughts. I like everything organized so it makes sense. And so once I have those tabbed over, it's just super helpful and super nice. You can also, one thing that I struggle with too a lot is my eye tracking and reading the right words. And so I also used this feature right here. And so it kind of highlighted where I was reading. And so I wouldn't skip a line or skip a word, which was super helpful for me, especially reading very big articles with a lot of words. And so that was also helpful. You can also have it read aloud to you, which Olivia showed you.
People with COVID-19 have had a wide range of symptoms reported.
So that also helped me too, especially if I didn't know a word or just wasn't feeling like reading today. Another thing that I absolutely loved was being able to put this over into my Google Doc so I can write my paper. And so it was super easy because I could just click and drag my things over. And so if I had like a quote, I could just drag it over, especially if it was super long, it was super nice. And then I could go ahead and write my paper and I had all my thoughts organized, which is awesome. And then one of my things that helped me a lot during college was my sources. I always had a hard time putting my sources together, so this really helped me out, put it in the correct way. And so we have MLA and APA, and so as a nursing major, I used APA a lot, which my professors were kind of sometimes strict about the way it was in. So this is also nice because I could just drag it over to my reference page. So if I had my references, I could just drag it over here and it was all set and ready to go. And so that's just a little bit more on Snap and Read. Like I said, Olivia is much more of a pro than I am, but let me know if you guys have any questions. Hi.
Thank you. So, wow, I'm kind of blown away. You know, honestly, I'm still learning myself about technology. So for me, this is all incredibly helpful. But I want to thank everybody who participated, all our panelists. If you were here, thank you. We will have this recorded. We'll, you know, succinct it so that it's a little bit more, well, succinct, I guess, is the best way to put it. And yeah, are there any questions? Okay, there are questions. Let's see. How do you spell PDF software reader? Let's see. Was that? Okay, so that was from a Jessica. Jessica, are you still here? It looks like you are. Can you hear me?
Okay, can you guys hear me now? Sorry.
No, that's okay. I just got a question about.
Yeah, you just typed it in the chat. Kurzweil sounds right. I don't know how to spell it because that's one problem that I have a lot. If it's like not something I can look at with my arrow keys, I don't know how to spell anything.
Okay. So.
Received the text answer : Amy Trader answer at 3:50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About
Okay.
3,000.
Okay. Fair enough. We can actually look that up and figure it out. Any other questions while we're still here? We've got just a few more minutes. I just want to share something that someone I actually adore said, and she said, I found it very helpful to have these amazing advocates talk about the apps and assistive tech that they use, their symptoms, and what the app or tech helps them do. So thank you all very much.